what I wanted to talk about today, which I think is very interesting, what I wanted to talk about today is like how, as a believer that is a fan of anime and stuff like that, what do you do with fan service? You know what I'm saying? So like, first, for those who may not know what that is, fan service in anime, I guess it can be for anything, really. It can be for any kind of entertainment, because I think about like Transformers. What's her name? Megan Fox. She was fan service. She was fan service for that, however long she was in the movie. But a lot of entertainment, and specifically anime, there are these aspects of the show and aspects of the content that is considered fan service. And oftentimes it is women. And you can tell you who the audience is, right? There will be, like in some animes, characters have very large breasts or things like they wear like scantily clothed, they'll be scantily dressed, things like that. So for example, what's a show that I can think of like that? Okay, so it's a show that I couldn't finish watching, which is hence why this topic of discussion is interesting to me. Was Kill La Kill, and so I'll put the cover image up somewhere on the video. But that show, I don't even know if it's more than one season. I think it's just one season. I think I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. It's just too much for me. And some people are like, what are you talking about? Like, it's just anime, it's just characters. Okay, so the thing is about fan service is, regardless if it's animated or if it's live action or whatever, as men, we are visually stimulated. If you're being honest with yourself, that's true. That's true. I don't care how saved you think you are or whatever. We're visually stimulated. And the industries that create this entertainment and stuff like that, they know that. Before there was anime, before there was Speed Racer, before there were pinup girls. And some of that stuff was pornographic, other stuff not so much, But the idea was men are attracted to beautiful women, whether they're pictures, whether it's in real life, or whether it's cartoons. It's true. Like, think about Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You have Jessica Rabbit's character. Like, one of her famous quotes or whatever is like, I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way. Like, even in that movie, like, she had visual appeal to men because of the way that she was drawn. So it's no different than an anime, so that's why I couldn't watch Kill La Kill. Like, I couldn't expose myself to that repeatedly. No matter how great the animation was, no matter how great the storytelling and all that stuff, because from what I saw, it was a really cool show. It gave me a lot of Fooly Cooly vibes. It seems like a really cool show, but I have to be careful of myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like for me, not for me, but like if we're trying to live as believers, as Christians, as Hebrews, if we're trying to live, by the words of God, there are certain scriptures that tell us how we're supposed to live, right? Like that's the whole point of the Bible, is to give us information on how to live, how to be followers, how to be Christ-like, And so Jesus talks about in Matthew chapter 5, verses 27, and we'll go to 27 and 28. This is King James. It says, Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looks on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. And so you might be pushing back. It's like, yo, it's just cartoons. It's just anime. Yo, that's not true. They just said if you do it, lust after her with your eyes in your heart. Like, if you're looking even at a cartoon that's designed or drawn like a woman, you're lusting. It's still lust, like it's still lust. You still have a desire. You still like got feelings going. You know what I'm saying? Like, it may seem strange to some people who don't watch anime or cartoons or anything like that, but like, you can, I guess, pick your poison or whatever, but it's the same thing. It may be designed and put in a different design or whatever, but it's the same. So like, what do we do with that as believers? What do we do with that? Like, how do we, excuse me, how do we like watch this content or watch this entertainment and guard ourselves at the same time? Well, I mean, I think the easy answer is like, just don't watch certain stuff. You know, especially you have to know yourself too. Like, some content is a little too much. It's a little too much. Like I said, for me, Kill La Kill was a little too much. You can't watch that stuff. Like, I'm married. Like, I'm only supposed to be like desiring and focusing on my wife. And again, for some people, it seems really strange. They're like, what? You may like, you feel, I don't know, like lustful thoughts or whatever after cartoon characters or whatever. To be honest, it's really no different than you falling in love or feeling lustful thoughts after some supermodel or like video vixen. Again, I understand the pushback. It's like, well, those are real women. I mean, are they real women to you though? Like, those women that you see in those videos and pornography stuff, sure, they're actual flesh and blood women. But what I mean by that is some of those women have had modifications. Some of those women, you don't really know. They're just there for your entertainment. You're not knowing her soul. You're not knowing her like character or who she is. Like, to you, she's just an image. She's just a thing. And that's the issue that we have in our culture and in our world. Women are objectified. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're objectified. And so whether it's drawn or whether it's a picture of somebody, they're being objectified. It's the same thing, you know, and it sucks, but it's true. And that's something we have to work on, especially in our culture as black men and black people. Like, there's so much objectification and misogyny that happens within our culture that it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it does play a huge negative part in how we can relate to one another and how we can be healthy as a community. But I'll save that for a different talk. I'm talking about fan service in anime right now. Like, the scripture says that if you look at a woman with lust in your heart, you know, you've already committed adultery. So we have to guard ourselves from that stuff. Again, it may not be everything, and it may not be every anime, it may not be every show that you watch, or every cartoon. It doesn't have to be anime, just anime. Like, there are some cartoons that are designed to, like I said, I mentioned Jessica Rabbit. There is a lot of content, a lot of entertainment out there that's just not good for us in our walk. And we got to be mindful of that. And we have to be honest with ourselves. Like, yo, is this too much? Is this too much? Maybe I shouldn't watch this part. You know, maybe I shouldn't watch the show because it's too much. And I'm trying to be healthy, and I'm trying to be holy to the best of my ability, you know. And that can be hard. It can be hard to admit that, you know. And everybody has different levels of sensitivity. For some people, they're like, I don't even notice the fan service. It doesn't bother me at all. Like, those characters are just fillers. I don't really care. Hey, if, you know, God has blessed you with that and you are okay with that and you have that grace and that level of self-control, sure, fine. But you need to know for yourself. And I guess I'm really speaking to other people out there who are, you know, blerds and who maybe question that, you know, as believers. You know, like, I kind of feel weird watching this show or looking at this or whatever. You're probably feeling that way for a reason, you know, because that stuff isn't always good for us. It's not. And so, yeah, I would recommend, like, really being honest with yourself. Is what I'm watching beneficial for me? Am I looking at this stuff, even if it is anime? Am I looking at this stuff and it's causing me to lust in my heart? Be honest with yourself and be honest, like, yo, can I let this go? You don't have to watch every show. You don't have to be hip on every or aware of every anime that comes out. It's okay. It's literally okay. There's tons of content that comes out. There's tons of anime that exists, new and old. You know, you don't have to watch everything. You don't. And it's not worth it to, like, I'm going to watch these shows just to have conversation or be up on things, but slowly degrade your soul and slowly degrade your spiritual walk. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not good for you.